Yeah, so I attended the Strikeforce Houston event this past Saturday. And let me say that I have never been more disgusted or disappointed in any event in my life like I was with Strikeforce Houston. I mean, I've gone to bogus ass concerts, uh, attended bullshit ass parties, but nothing was more disappointing than Strikeforce Houston. First of all, the way they presented it to the fans was total bullshit. Uh, they didn't even announce the guys coming down to the ring, man. It was just, the production value was very low. The fights weren't all that great. Like, honestly, it's like, if I was watching it at home, I probably would have turned the channel. And that's just like from the experience of a person going to an event to witness something. You know what I mean? Especially a fight that you don't put your money down for. You know, secondly, my dog, sorry. Secondly, the way, dude, the fighters, I can't take nothing away from a fighter. You go in there, you put it on the line. But, first of all, KJ Noons, he dominated that fight. He won that fight. He did his thing. But there was a lot of bullshit, man. You hit the guy after the bell. Then you kick him while he's down. And then, lo and behold, we get footage of you using some type of fucking air can. And I remember sitting there looking. And I told my boss, like, what is that? It's like for asthma or some shit? And he's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because we've never seen that before. So now, all of a sudden, I'm reading, you know, the MMA news today, and it's a problem. You know what I mean? Obviously, it was illegal. That, what the fuck are you and King Mo doing using compressed air? You know, what kind of shit is that? And I'm putting y'all on blast. I'm talking about it. And you know what? Something else? Fuck Strikeforce for not bringing up, you know, KJ won, yes, but when they interviewed him, they just jumped on his dick. Oh, yeah, what about you and Nate Diaz and this and that, or whatever, Nick Diaz. And it's like, how about, you know, like, if this was real, like, I gotta admit, like, I don't always agree with them, but Joe Rogan would even been like, you know, we saw that, you know, there may be a question of an illegal kick, you know, while you were down. And first of all, I wouldn't, you know, before Joe Rogan even spoke on it, one of the referees for the UFC would have called it out first and foremost. It's like, it's just total bullshit. Bobby Lashley is a bitch, bullshit, whack. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what the fuck they're trying to do. I know they're trying to build some Superman and a rival to the UFC's Brock Lesnar. But see, the difference is that I learned about Brock is for real. Brock has heart. You know what I mean? Brock is going in there to take it and dish it. You know, Bobby Lashley is just an attraction, a circus attraction. You know, something like a Kimbo Slice, just to throw on the card. You know what I mean? And you're hoping that he can do well long enough for you to capitalize on him. You know, but it seems that Chad Griggs had totally different plans. And going into this, I was like, going into this fight, I was like, okay, well, of course, they just got a crash dummy for Lashley to do his thing. And, you know, my buddy was telling me, like, you know, Griggs is pretty good. He you know, he's a former bodybuilder, and, you know, when he's in shape, he's really good, you know, and all this. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And sure enough, he ends up beating Lashley, but Lashley's too one-dimensional. He goes in there for that takedown, and that's all it is. You know what I mean? And there's nothing else after that. You know what I mean? It's just like he's going to try to get you and ground and pound you. You know what I mean? Which is cool if it works, but it's not going to work on everybody. It's not going to work all the time on a fighter, especially one that will adjust to you. You know, I know there was a moment on there where Lashley had him you know, and was pounding on him. And I know they were figuring that the ref was going to stop it, and I know Strikeforce wanted the ref to stop it. I know Lashley wanted the ref to stop it, but Griggs survived. He was doing his little movements, you know, and that's the thing when you're on the bottom, man. If somebody's pounding those shots on the top of you and you're just keeping your hips moving and you're ducking and dodging, you know what I mean, you're going to avoid those strikes. And that's exactly what Griggs did, made it to the next round and came back and finished punk-ass Lashley. You know what I mean? Who looked just totally disoriented, cut on the face, just like, oh my God, you know? So we'll see what happens with him. We'll see if he even comes back after this. Because, you know, that was supposed to be a crash dummy. That was supposed to be somebody that he was just going to walk through. I wouldn't be surprised if Strikeforce didn't wait to the last minute to tell him that he was going to be fighting Lashley or to offer the fight to him. You know, and because they wanted him to go in there and lose to Lashley just so they can keep promoting him up. But that didn't happen like that, so fuck Lashley. On to the next one. The fight for the middleweight title, it was decent, but I don't know what Tim Kennedy was thinking. He comes back afterwards. I mean, one of the best grapplers in the world, and he couldn't take me down. So this, yeah, but because he didn't have to take you down because he was working you on the feet. You know what I mean? So what's the point? And to be honest with you, I don't really see any of those guys being a force to be reckoned with, a la Jake Shields or even Dan Henderson. If Dan Henderson, and that's all it is, because he was there Saturday night, sitting on the side. I'm surprised they didn't bring him in the ring. If Dan Henderson puts another win together, he'll be right back in there fighting for a title shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just bullshit at Strikeforce, man. You know, and they need to get it together. Their heavyweight division is looking a little thicker. You know what I mean? They're holding that down for sure because you got people like Overeem, Fedor, Rogers, even Werdum and Antonio Silva and all them. You know, they can mix it up a little bit. But as far as all the other divisions and Chris Cyborg, she's hey man. And I used to not be one to watch a lot of women's MMA, but Chris Cyborg is a fucking beast. She's fucking those chicks up. I think it's also because the talent pool's not that deep over there, but she's a beast. But anyway, yeah. So the middleweight championship wasn't a big to do. KJ Noons is, you know, he won, but he's over there sucking on air, and you know he's hitting people at the bell. He's kicking people while they're down. You know, I like KJ Noons, and I know he's not known for being a dirty fighter, but I would have liked to have seen him win a little bit more gracefully. And on to the light heavyweight title between Fejal and Queen Mo Lawal. Queen Mo comes down, all glimmered up, fucking crown on, got fucking 8-9 chicks with them. They're fucking dancing, they're coming down. Like, you just not gonna stop this guy. You know what I mean? And the whole time Fejal's in there warming up, doing this thing, whatever. So the fight starts, and for a minute, you know, Queen's looking kind of good. You know, he's doing his thing and this and that. But he starts getting all, like, cocky and, you know, like, oh, yeah, doing his little movements. I understand you're trying to put on a show, man, but go in there and win. You know, and then he gets caught. I don't know what it was with, because I'm sitting up here watching the fight in the fucking stands. You know what I mean? Talking to people, this and that. He gets caught. All I do is turn around and see him go down, hands on it to the side, bam, landing on his fucking back, man. And I'm just like, what the, you know? And then he's like trying to battle himself back up, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's gonna, you know, try to survive this. He's gonna try to make it through. He's holding on to damn Fejal's leg, trying to go get the takedown. And, you know, the whole time Fejal's just, and, you know, Queen is not even trying to move. He's just like, you know, just taking the fucking hits. Then he finally knocked out. You know, what do you expect when you're standing there taking elbow after elbow on top of your head? Where was the champion instinct to regroup, to back up, try to get some space between you and this guy so that you can, you know what I mean, get your bearings back? Not sit there and try to take him down and you're eating the elbow constantly to your head. I'm so pissed off. You know, and their presentation for Strikeforce is some fucking pussies, man. It's some fucking frauds. and fuck Lawal, man. You know what I mean? And they need to pull it together. They need to pull it together, man. If they want to contest with the UFC, even the IFL usually put together a better fight than that. You know, I just didn't even understand what Strikeforce is trying to do, man. And another thing, boxing fans, MMA fans, whatever have you, I'm tired of motherfuckers getting in the stands and all of a sudden you're a fucking sports analyst or a fight analyst. You know what I mean? Trying to call out stuff, telling people what to do, which is totally irrelevant. I mean, people in there yelling, yeah, stand him up! Stand him up! And I'm like, really? I mean, he's mounted. Why the fuck would you stand him up? Or, you know, go for a takedown or pull him in the guard. Like, are you crazy, dude? The shit you're calling out is not even called for. You know what I mean? And shit. So, do your research before you start yelling shit out in the fucking stands, man. Okay? And that's it. In Strikeforce, man, y'all need to put it together. You want people to respect y'all. You want people to watch your events. You're taking all these polls, asking people this and that. And y'all need to fucking get your shit together. Straight up. This is the Invincible Armor. Peace.